So this is my squash today, and I'll show you James's dinner. James is having this. It's a 5-cheese manicotti with the yams and spinach.
Okay, get out of there, please.
And
here's what we're going to be
milkshake on the side,
okay,
strawberry milkshake. So we're going to talk about Eleanor the Great, Daniela Forever, Under the Stars, and Love Brooklyn. And I mean, I didn't really care for any of them overly much. You can see those were the pants that I was wearing yesterday, so that's a size 0 Banana Republic.
You're saying, oh, I thought it was Italian.
And, well, I don't know where they're made.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know where Banana Republic's from. But these pants that I'm wearing today, you can see they fit me pretty well.
Yeah. And
I feel very comfortable in them. And they're size medium. So
yeah. Well, you're medium, medium.
And then this top, it's just a regular t-shirt, but really, I mean, it's not very flattering, right? Because it's
a t-shirt.
It's a t-shirt. So that's one thing.
If you're under the covers, or
if you're wanting to lose weight or wanting to feel good about the weight that you've lost, maybe t-shirts like this, not so much, right? You might want to appreciate the work that you've put in, because otherwise, I mean, that's just...
Anyone can wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, and I'd look the same if I were the 25 pounds heavier than that I was this fall. So, anyway, I think James is probably going to do more of the talking about these movies than I will. I don't know if either one of us is really into romantic dramas or dramas.
Not the Hollywood type. They're awful, really.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to adjust this camera so it's down more, because I noticed the last time it was up a bit high.
I don't think... Well, Elvis was in
so
last time. He was hanging behind us.
There we go. And we'll see how that works. So I'm going to...
So what's in this manicotti? Did you mention it?
It's just the Costco stuff that we got for free.
We're calling these guys mano doggies, but manicotti, we'll see what it's like.
Yeah.
So Costco?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 5-cheese manicotti. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't look at the ingredient list or anything like that, but
it's not as good as I was hoping for.
Okay. Well, as for right now,
better than nothing.
I'm still keto, but
that looks pretty enticing.
I know.
See?
And this is going to, I'm only going to eat half of it, and it's going to cost me 12 carbs to do that.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So I guess I will start talking about the stuff at the bottom more.
Okay.
So,
no,
when we first we watched...
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I thought you were going to start right at the bottom.
No. First we watched Daniela Forever out of this stack, and we were like, wow, this is boring, boring, boring. And
no, that's okay. I just fall asleep during it.
Yeah, and he did.
But I did several times.
So that's why I'm going to talk about this more than he will.
I know. I barely know.
So, anyway, God, that looks good. It's making me not want to be keto anymore. But we'll see how mine is. Mine looks good, and maybe I'll like mine more. So anyway, Daniela Forever. It's an art film, right? They're trying to be a little bit different, and there are great special effects in it. So I enjoyed the special effects for.
I've kind of forgotten them, but I was sleeping through most of it. Yeah. Maybe I missed all of it.
But it was quite boring. You do have to read a few subtitles. Or no, they didn't have I don't think they had subtitles when they were speaking in different language. You could maybe you could put them on. I didn't, because it's not very much, right? Oh yeah, available subtitle.
There was Espanol.
Yeah, there was a bit, but no. I didn't bother because, frankly, I was bored anyway and didn't care.
Some of it I think I understood.
Mm.
So they were.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
Lasting to it. There we go. See, guys?
So.
When the cook, who's cooked it all, knows it's good,
Yeah.
then it means it's really good. Because when you're cooking, you kind of lose your sense of smell.
I don't know. I mean, I'm jealous about that, but this is making me feel a lot better. So, I don't know. I mean, that right now, I'm at this point in the diet where I'm happy with my weight, and I don't really care to lose any more.
No.
So, as much as these say a size medium, and feel comfortable, I don't know that may be true, but it depends on the size of clothes. I can show you
it's just
other stuff
insane
that I
what
wear that it's completely different, you know. Anyway, so what was I going to say? At this point of the diet, I don't, if I end up, like, I'm keeping track of the stuff, if I end up knocking myself out of ketosis, okay, then I won't have a ketogenic diet anymore. That's fine. You know, so
you gotta survive.
It doesn't really matter to me what I do at this point. I just, I'm happy. So, if I end up knocking myself out of ketosis, then I eat what James is eating.
There we go.
And I'm happy with that too.
A real diet should be a maintenance diet, and like for the rest of your life, or whatever, something that is just sustainable. Not something you're going to burn out on.
So, yeah, I don't know. This was boring. We expected it was going to be bottom of the stack.
Even the boy dogs.
We watched Eleanor the Great second, and we're like, yeah, that's a good film. So we'll talk about that one last. I mean, neither one of us are into drama, though. So this whole bunch is not our cup of tea.
No.
Then we watched Under the Stars.
Holy smokes, it had me seeing stars. I was in almost unconscious.
There were some good-looking people in there.
Fantabulous-looking people, except for Toni Collette or whatever her name is.
And Andy Garcia.
Even the people that aren't on the cover, there were lots of phenomenal-looking people. But
Toni Collette, she did an all-right job. I don't care for her as an actress, but
they didn't help her out with the pairing her with the Spanish guy playing an Italian guy.
Yeah.
Because neither of them could really pull anyone's irons out of the fire. So
it
was like I was saying, I felt like we were in a elevator shaft and someone had cut the cables.
It's just like at the end of the movie, James said, this is worse than Hallmark. And maybe so. They're trying to be a typical sort of romantic drama and
comedy thing.
Boring. You know, it's just boring. I
think it was supposed to be like some sort of drama. We were supposed to be pulling for people to marry or whatever.
Yeah,
and well, I don't care about these people.
It is funny because I was talking about that last movie, The Christmas Ring, in the last set of movies we were reviewing. And it's funny that was where they were talking about this ring, and it reminded me of my grandma's ring that she gave to me. That was my inheritance. And
in the movie, it was supposed to be a ruby surrounded with diamonds.
Yeah, and that's what mine was. Yeah.
Wow.
And so so my grandma gave me that when I was a teenager, and I did not want her to give me that. I should have said something, but I guess I was shy then and whatever, and it was a beautiful ring. but you can't give valuable things like that to teenagers. Anyway, I
I
felt
doubt if you lost
uncomfortable.
it. I suspect someone pilfered it.
Yeah, someone stole it.
There you go.
It was a friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
who she asked to borrow it. I was wearing it to school, which why? You know, because I had this idea. Well, I want to wear it all the time
I
because
know.
it's so
Yeah.
so fancy, so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the first day I wore it to school. My friend said, "Well, I want to borrow it between classes. You know, I'll give it back to you when this class is done." And I didn't want to lend it to her. I didn't want to take it off ever. And but I did because I was a total pushover, I guess, and I never saw that ring again.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened to my inheritance. And anyway, so this movie, they're talking about the one couple is talking. The one guy had given the one woman his grandmother's ring, and the other guy, I think it was his grandmother's ring that he was planning to give to this other woman. And I'm like, why am I getting these messages from? Because this is how I see things. When I get similarities, when I get the same kind of thing happening right away after each other, then I think, well, it must be a message. But what could this possibly be? Because I will not see my grandmother's ring again. I haven't seen it for a long time. So what should I try to ask my angels for help? Please, angels, bring me my grandmother's ring?
Over 30
Because
years.
it seems pretty hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes me feel bad when I think about it. I don't have an engagement ring or anything like that. And the thing about my grandmother's ring is she hadn't had one either. Her kids bought her that ring because her and my grandpa, they hadn't very much money when they got together. Like James and I, we don't have a lot of money, and they were putting money into the farm and stuff like that. And when James and I got engaged, we said, well, we'll save the money for our farm. And I don't want to talk about this anymore. So I just want to say that this movie was stupid. And then we watched Love Brooklyn and Even Stupider, and we haven't gotten through
even
it.
Finished it,
And I don't know if we will.
We didn't rehearse that, folks.
Because it's so bad.
It's so bad.
It's it's really the camera work, and well, James, like you said, the directing, right? Worse, it's the worst
I can't blame the
of
camera guys. No?
Because and I guess you can blame the acting too, because they would have had to cut and retake because
maybe that's what was happening.
There were such bad because of the bad acting. I don't know.
Yeah, the acting's terrible.
So anyway, but when they do, the cameraman is that bad because the cameraman doesn't know enough to stay in the same spot so that the scene can start and so they can splice. So all of a sudden the camera jerks a bit. It jerks in the scene, and it's really tough to watch.
It's off-putting.
I don't think anyone would want to watch that movie.
I think I found the acting worse than the camera work. But
yeah, so at least Under the Stars, as much as it's like the same, they're trying to be the same movie that's been filmed a million times before, so why watch that one? So you can see some Italian scenery that's nice, okay, but we've seen that before too, so whatever. Anyway, so now James will talk about Eleanor the Great.
Directed apparently by Scarlett Johansson.
Good job.
Good job. Mm-hmm. And also, I think an important message. It's about, we can extend it, and it's like a little bit of a message to people who are playing identity politics. Um, so I guess I can kind of give it away because we know it right from the beginning. Um, Pauline picked up on it faster than I did. It's about a woman who converted to Judaism. The woman's from Des Moines, Iowa. She converted when she married a Jewish fella. Her husband
So good.
predeceased her, and she ends up with a roommate who's a Jewish woman who survived the Holocaust.
And that's her best friend.
Her best friend.
So they spend all of their time together.
Yeah, and the movie starts with her best friend dying. And then somewhere or another, this convert to Judaism from Des Moines, Iowa, ends up going to the wrong place. She gets a misdirection.
Yeah, well, she goes to a building and her daughter has signed her up for some class there. And she doesn't really want to go.
No.
And then she meets somebody in the hallway, and she's assumed that this person is from this classroom. And so she follows them in, like she likes the woman. She follows her in. And then it turns out that it's a Holocaust survivors...
Survival group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Survivors group, that's a better way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so... she's like, oh man, I want to go, and they don't want her to go because they're like, no, they misunderstand, right? She doesn't know, she doesn't want to be there because she's not a Holocaust survivor.
No.
And so they're like, no, you'll feel better when you tell your stories.
Yeah, they think she
and
wants to bail because she's getting cold feet.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to tell the story. Well, who would, really? But she ends up telling her friend's story.
Mm-hmm.
But she's pretending she's a friend. And you know how it's going to largely end up because she's going to get exposed. No.
Yeah, so you're watching it going, oh no, because, well, as much as I actually don't care for the woman, the character.
No, she was portrayed as being kind about it. A chimp. To people, like she was mean to her. While her friend was still alive, they're out shopping, and they were not her friend, but this
she
woman,
wasn't mean to her friend.
She was mean to her, to little
The
guy who was
stock boy.
stalking shells. So, well, that's life.
I want to eat this whole thing, but I cannot.
You want to eat half, is that what
Yeah.
Anyway, spoiler alert, there is a relatively happy ending. You don't have to pull the plug if you think it's going to end up tragically. There's just too much identity politics being played nowadays.
So good.
Pretendians, people being accused of being pretendians. It's reached its nadir, I think, with Buffy St. Marie losing her Order of Canada based on a CBC so-called expose. You look at Buffy Marie, I don't know who they think that she is, like, or what they think she is. Like, is she like some Swedish model? Buffy St. Marie looks like a slightly feminized version of Sitting Bull. Now, I kind of have a dog in this fight because 4 of my nephews and nieces have lived on the reserve where she lived. Right?
Okay, that's enough. Get off.
So you can find out what reserve
You gonna
that
come
is.
over?
If you look it up, I'm not going to mention it by name.
You want to kiss?
And apparently she was adopted out
You
to
want
a
my
native
food?
family or something like that.
Yeah, let's go.
And
Too excited. Okay, that's enough. No, you got too excited. Too excited.
presumably,
Elvis gets too excited.
Before, well before natives or Canadian Americans, native Canadian, what's the term? Uh, Indigenous Canadians got the vote. They got the vote, I think, in Canada in 1960. Yeah, that late. That's in my lifetime. And I just don't think she was adopted out to, she was a white kid adopted out to a native family. What they've got in Saskatchewan is some interesting reserves. They've got reserves right next door to, in this general area. It's in the Coquille Valley, where you've got Cheek-by-Jowl, folks who are of Ojibwan ancestry, Anishinaabewin, or whatever however it's mispronounced, Cree, and Sioux. Now, my suspicion is she was of Sioux ancestry, and the Canadian government, or I don't know who's responsible, probably the Canadian government, shopped her out to another native family, presumably Cree, on this particular reserve I'm talking about. They wouldn't have been. She just doesn't look white. She doesn't look one speck of white. She looks Sioux to me. Like I say, she looks like Sitting Bull in the flesh. Eh?
Well,
gosh. So I kind of wish, I'm not going to nag her about it in case she's watching, but I wish she'd get an ancestry test, because she'd pass folks with flying colors. What, she's like supposed to be Hungarian? For Pete's sake. God. But yeah, she was witch hunted by the CBC and all sorts of left-wingers, not just Indigenous people. God, it's just shameful, this sort of thing. So Scarlett Johansson is trying to, I think, fight that in a very gentle kind of way, It's like it's not an expose or anything like that. It's not a documentary. So cut out with the identity politics, folks. Absolutely shameful what's happening on the left wing. Of course, the left wing, largely ever since Karl Marx, at least, and then Nazism. And yeah, Nazism is socialist. So National Socialist. That's what they're called. It's called truth in advertising. A lot of the things they lied about, but when they called themselves National Socialists, that's what they were. The left wing has been amazing witch hunting, and the funny thing is pointing fingers at everyone else except themselves. Not just Hitler. Stalin was incredible. Lenin was pretty bad too. When I say pretty bad, I mean awful. Brezhnev, all these dumb pukes. Mao, witch hunters. You left-wingers have got to stop pointing the fingers. Like when you point a finger, it's like what they tell kids. When you point a finger at someone, you got three pointing back at you. And you left-wingers got to understand that. You're going around, Pete Seeger's awful. Now, Pete Seeger was a Stalinist. He was a Stalinist. He was a communist when Stalin was in power. So he's not some sort of big hero. Not a pacifist. Newsflash, communists aren't pacifists. They're close to aside from Nazis, the closest to being the opposite of pacifists that have ever existed in this world.
Anyway, I couldn't relate to anybody in this.
It was actually done reasonably well.
But it was done well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The woman was kind of crusty, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Didn't really care for her.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't care for the daughter, her daughter.
Oh, yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah, she went and exposed her mother while cameras were rolling. I didn't really care that much.
The father of the teenage, or I guess she'd be college-age girl.
College-age girl. Yeah. Going to New York University, was that what it was? But I didn't care for him because he went out and exposed the film to the world. He kind of put a nice spin on it.
Yeah, when
Mm-hmm.
She obviously didn't want him to.
No. And I did kind of care for the Jewish survivor of Auschwitz. She seemed
Oh,
like
yeah.
nice.
She did seem nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, even people who aren't that nice kind of deserve a fair shake.
Mhm.
The people who deserve a fair shake, but or at least a very strong shake of the head, are nasty people.
It says on the back that this was Scarlett Johansson's directorial debut.
I figured it was. She did a good job.
Yeah, she
More
did.
power to you, Scarlett Johansson. And you keep on supporting Israel. She apparently is at least half Jewish.
Not only a pretty face
Mm-hmm.
and a hot body.
She's a reasonably good actor.
She's got to be,
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe one of the two hottest actresses in America.
Okay, who would the other be?
The woman from, what's the name of that TV series? The Spanish woman with.
I thought you'd be thinking of that. Yeah,
Well, she's amazing.
she's hot, right, Elvis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Spanish too. He's
What's the
Chihuahua.
name of that series again? With,
It's not Family Guy. It's not All in the
Mhm.
Family. It's something Family, though, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, but anyway, people will recognize it.
Yep.
Anyway, Elvis.
Modern Family?
Maybe.
I think that might be right.
One of the troubles with those names of TV comedies coming out of Hollywood or wherever, Burbank, is that they're cliches. And so I just largely turn off when I hear a cliche.
Mm.
Most people are the opposite. That's why they'll buy songs. They're told. Tin Pan Alley guys were told, write songs that with cliches as titles. People really associate with that.
Well, it's easy to remember, I suppose.
I guess, yeah. So, I guess when I was young, I was impressed with the Rolling Stones' Play with Fire. Don't play with me because you're playing with fire. I didn't realize that that was a cliche. That's the first time I heard it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, cliches, they are cool until they're overused and become cliches, right?
Mhm.
Like, they're
Yeah,
pretty
the
witty
person who
things.
invented them,
Mhm.
yeah, that's awesome because it's got a pun in it.
Mhm.
Play with me, play with fire. Now, as it turns out, that song is worth it, unlike so many Rolling Stone songs, because it actually has lyrics that they're kind of sharp. Now she gets her kicks in Stepney, not in Knightsbridge anymore. So Stepney is a low rent kind of place in London, and Knightsbridge is a very high rent part. So they chuck that in there. That makes sense and all that sort of stuff, and it actually rhymes, I think. So yeah, the verses actually make up for the cliche. And Mick Jagger actually sings it with conviction. And he's the kind of guy that, at that point in time, I mean, he got really, I think it's the last time he was dumped. He was going out with a model. She dumped him and had a nervous breakdown. I think it was a reaction to stuff like that. He spent the rest of his adult, but not mature years dumping women. A huge succession of them. Very slyly sometimes. He's married a couple of women in places where the marriages weren't official. Bali and Saint-Tropez, I believe it was. And really fooled those